Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Nikki here, and today I want to do a flip through for you of this boho journal that I have made. It's one of the styles that has been on my to-do list for a long time. So when I saw the details of the Dear Julie March Stash Buster journal prompts and the rules that went with it, I decided it was time to make this beauty. So the first thing, of course, is the cover. It has been made with a cardboard box. One of the things we had to use was a box. So of course I used it to do the cover. This is an old cushion cover that was sort of an olive green color. I've put some paint on it and highlighted the circles that are embroidered on the fabric. It has 3 signatures. It has a sari silk closure. It has an incredible bling panel on the front. These are actual jewels. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but they are actual jewels. It's beautiful. I hand sewed on all the sequins and the little beads, and I love how it turned out. Very, very happy with it. The tie is actually glued and sewn in underneath, so it won't be going anywhere in a hurry. 3 signatures, lots of decoration, and a few interesting items in here because I had to make things according to the rules of the March Challenge. So there's a few things in here that I may not have included otherwise, but that's what makes junk journaling so much fun. So we'll start off by opening up this monster, and I have another beautiful piece of fabric here that has been made into a pocket. A little bookmark of watering cans and flowers, and a journaling card that also has a piece of fabric sewn on it and a little butterfly. The first signature has a book plate on it that I got from a Facebook group that I'm in, and I thought, pardon me, these decorative, beautiful peacocks were absolutely perfect for a boho themed journal. It's not full of gypsies and things. The boho comes more from the colors, the papers, and of course some of the fabrics that I have used in it. So on the inside, I have one of the pieces that I had to make, and that was including torn paper. And I used that as a base and lots of paper scraps to make a belly band. And then had some fun with a stamp and some watercolors, and I backed the book page that I did that on onto a plain piece of paper, so that's a lovely large journaling card there. This here is side 1 of having to use envelopes to make a page. I joined 2 envelopes together with a piece of paper, and so they've been joined in the middle. So this is the first one of the 2. And of course they are unsealed, and in here I have some round journaling cards that I made. One of the prompts was round, and you'll see later on what I did for that, but I don't know why people don't use round things more often. So I cut out a few pieces, added some embellishments, just a little bit of fun there, and so there's 4 journaling cards inside that envelope. This is a piece of coffee dye and painted paper, and then I went through my fabric stash, and this fabric that I have sewn on here, the colors sort of matched. That was sort of the best match that I had in my stash, and I think that works really well. And there's a cute little charm here that has a little arrow and a couple of little beads, well, 4 little beads. That's the back side of this paper. It's I think it turned out absolutely fabulously. You know, you can obviously stick things on top if you want. You can write on it, but loved how that turned out. I did include an atlas page. Boho, travel sort of seemed to go hand in hand. So I thought, yes, we need one of those. Here's another coffee dyed piece of paper with just a hint of colour. And again, I've grabbed some sari silk and created the ruffle in the closest colour that I had. There's just a cute little stamp popped on there. This here is actually a pocket on the inside, and I've just done a little bit of embellishing on the outside here. Coffee dyed paper, so you have a place to write if that's what you want to do on this one. And there's some stamping. It might be a little hard to see depending on the light, but it's in a beautiful goldy sort of coppery colour. Some flowers. And this here is a box that my favourite coffee sachets come in. The inside of the box is this fabulous colour, and so I like using it to make tags, and this was my ephemera piece under the heading of box. And I have just glued down strips of various types of paper and a stamp onto a piece of coffee dyed sheet as a little embellishment. This page here is one of Dear Julie's kit pages. We had to include 5 of them in our journal. And I've created a little envelope here using a book page. This is actually from a magazine. I just adored the print and thought it was a perfect match. There's a cute little journaling card inside, so that one flips out. And I've hand stamped again on a piece of coffee dyed fabric there just for a little bit of embellishment. This has been joined onto this back page, and these 2 journaling cards slide in to that envelope base there. This is a hand painted smushing arrangement piece of paper that I have used to back. One of the other things we had to use was Happy Mail. Now this pink envelope was a padded envelope. I stripped the pink and the padding apart. This paper was quite thin without the padding, so I attached it to this as its backing, and now it's quite strong. There's some stamping on there for fun. This is another one of the pages we had to use torn book pages to make a page. So I tore strips and I glued them all together, and this is now the center of this signature, and it's just all strips of torn paper, book pages. I've added a double pocket here and then just made 2 journaling cards, kept them nice and plain because there was so much pattern going everywhere else, but there's 2 different sizes there with little whale tail tabs just for fun. Left this blank. This is the other side of that envelope. I had to obviously cover my name, so I used a torn piece of music paper and attached that to the pink envelope. I did keep the original stamps that came on it because I loved those. I thought they were so pretty. That's of course the back side of it. Here's just another piece of coffee dyed paper, again with a little bit of sort of a greeny tinge to it. So I picked this gorgeous rickrack to pop down the side and made a journaling card. Oh, that's what I forgot to mention. I did create a masterboard and was doing a video on said masterboard and what I did with all the pieces, but it didn't actually record. So I made all these things, which I thought I was doing on video, but it didn't happen. But anyway, this is one of the pieces of masterboard. I've just made it into a journaling card, pinned it in, and there's a cute little purple sari fabric clip to hold it in place. On the opposite side, same thing again. That's from the masterboard that I made with a lot of the scraps. Another pocket, again, just using up bits and pieces, journaling card. Because this was so heavily patterned, I have glued down some coffee dyed paper so that you have a really nice place to do some writing. And then just included that cute butterfly there. There's lots of butterflies in this journal. Same thing here, the coffee dyed paper wrapped right around this piece. So again, a little place to write or to glue things down. This was a little leftover scrap. I've turned that into a tuck spot and added some lace and sequins and a little journaling card / tag there. Same thing on the other side. It is a tuck spot. You can add anything you like, and just a cute little tassel piece of ephemera. The other side of the atlas page. Here is another tag I've made using some scraps. And then I also stamped this stamp with a sort of a reddy copper coloured ink and hand stitched on some little beads. And then on the back, it's pink. You can still write on that if you want to. And a cute little butterfly clip to hold that in place. This is the other side of that envelope page, and it has a couple of journaling cards. I've made those from magazine pages and then backed them onto white paper so you have somewhere to journal if you want to. Little piece of washi there just to provide a little bit of support, because it's actually only sewn in that center bit. The other two pieces were a little bit too short. Then I got this beautiful image out of a botanical drawing book that I have, created a pocket out of it, and then just put a very plain double-sided coffee. Oh, actually, no, sorry. This is a few sheets all put together. So it's a little writing book. Forgot that I made that. And then a little bit of embellishment, pardon me, at the top. And that's the end of the first signature. The second one, these are quite popular in the paper crafting world at the moment. So obviously I had to try and make one. I thought it matched this theme perfectly. Was lucky to find this image of a female in sort of a Bedouin style outfit. So she seemed like the perfect base to make one of these fabric strip and sewing dolls. So I thought that was perfect for that cover. Then on the inside here, we've got a beautiful embellished fabric flip, and I've made a cute journaling card here. This is actually the back side of napkins. You know, when you shred them apart, I colour them with ink. So just all ruffled up there, and then some more bling, because we need bling. This page here, we had to use tickets to create a page. And apparently in America, guest checks are often called tickets. So I printed out one of those, backed it onto Dear Julie Julie paper that actually has a doily sort of embossed on it. And I tried to do something a little bit creative with it. And so I made it out like a little bit of a cafe scene with a sort of old-fashioned teapot and cup and another little doily and a pencil, just for fun. Then on the other side, we also had to make an embellishment with a guest check. So I've gone along the same theme. I've used a box inside of a box because it sort of, it looked a bit like wood, you know, that they make, pardon me, clipboards with. Found a clipboard embelly in my stash and a pen sticker, so stuck with the same theme and made a cute little journaling card, which I have backed with coffee dyed paper, so you can't see that it's a Nescafe box. Again, nice piece of sari silk to hold that down. The other side of that, oh sorry, no, this is another one now. Again, coffee dyed and painted with beautiful bronze paint on this one. So picked this fabric to do the ruffle with. Just love this. It's quite bold, but you can stick things down on top of it if you want. Another Dear Julie page. I've painted glitter on all the flowers to highlight them. Again, don't know if the camera will pick it up, but they're all nice and glittery and sparkly. Again, stuck down a piece of coffee dyed grid paper for somewhere to write. Added a couple of cute little moth stickers. This page here, we had to use paper strips to make a page. So I just wove together a large selection of paper scraps. Some I had in my stash, some I had to cut, but it is what it is. And I've created this page with it. There's a little bit of embellishment on here just for a bit of contrast, but again, left that plain. You can stick things on it, do with it whatever you like, but love how it turned out. Plain piece of coffee dyed paper on this side. Dear Julie printable on that side. Here we go again with another one of the double pockets. I created 2 pockets and just added some cute little journaling cards in there. On the inside, again, that's another piece of my masterboard that I made with scraps. Do you know, I still ended up with a ton of scraps. It's crazy. This is supposed to be a scrap busting exercise, and honestly, I still ended up with so many scrap bits of paper, but that's okay. Cute little, I had this one tiny little piece of ribbon in my stash, decided it was a perfect match for this one with all the blues happening over on this side. This is the back of a sticker page, which I will show you shortly, of course. A little leftover embellishment that had been sewn together. There is some nice shimmery fabric in there, and then I popped this cute little heart charm. And then this page had to be made entirely of stickers. If I go like that, you can see it in all its glory. There is a couple of little embellishments glued on that aren't stickers, but otherwise everything had to be done with stickers. So I used some name labels and then lots of stickers to create this gorgeous page. There's just a few little things, little flowers that I have added to it. This page here is a piece of greeny bluey aquarry coloured paper that I dipped in coffee, also sprinkled on some gold paint. Love the colour. It is the centre of the signature. I found this beautiful image in a floristry book that I bought at a market stall, and thought it was a great match for this journal. So this side is all stuck down, but I created a pocket on this side, and then this is a journaling card that I've made from another masterboard done with magazine cutouts. Left this side blank because the paper is gorgeous, so left it that. Rest of the sticker page. And then I had this one single earring that I've included as a charm. Always hoped that I would find the other one, but it never happened. So that has become a charm on that page there. And again, we're keeping a matching pair happening here. This is masterboard, again with another tiny little scrap of fabric as a little tab for that one. And of course, we've got a bit of stamping on this too. Again, did leave a few things blank. So that's the new owner of this journal has some places to do some things for themselves. Made a cute little banner style paperclip, and then used a scrap of cardstock and coffee dyed paper to create a nice large journaling card. And then we've just got some lined paper, which is a Dear Julie page there. So plenty of writing space. Here I created another, just again, trying to use up scraps, coffee dyed grid on the back of that one, so somewhere to journal. And this was a little paint smooshing experience exercise sort of thing. I was just having a play with some leftover paint and coffee spritz that was on the large garbage bag where I had been doing some of the colouring for some of these bits and pieces here. This is the other side of my woven fabric strip page, and it was quite small. So what I decided to do was I turned it into a pocket and backed it with a large piece of cardstock and added a couple of cute journaling cards there. This is another tuck spot, and in here, this was a cutout I got from a magazine, which I've backed onto another masterboard that I had made, and I just thought that was a cute addition. And on the other side, a beautiful gift card that is completely blank that you can use with pretty teacup on it. Dyed paper, lots of beautiful bronze and gold on that one. Then we had to make an embellishment with our fabric strips. So I made another little mini one. I've backed it onto a piece of cardstock. It's not glued down, so it can be an extra tuck spot, or you can glue it down if you want to. And I've made a cute little journaling card to pop in there. Again, using coffee dyed grid paper. Another belly band, using a piece of scrapbook paper, as that was one of the things on our list. And here I've just got a large piece of paper that has been folded up to use as a journaling space. And I've added this flower as a, to hold that in its place, and it matches with that flower there. And then my scrapbook page was the cover that I have used here, and I have added some embellishment. Beautiful little word cutout that I found with the word cherish. I thought that was a lovely inclusion. Fabric scrap turned into a pocket, and another fabric scrap turned into a journaling card. This here, we had to use an ugly piece of scrapbook paper or ugly fabric and turn it into something usable, pretty, whatever. So there is layer upon layer of stenciling and stamping with just a hint. If you can just see these purple petals, they were part of the original very ugly paper, but it looks great, I think, with all these layers of stencil on it and a cute little bit of trim. On the back side here, I have added another envelope flip out. This was the envelope ephemera piece that I made to not so much match, but to go with the page one that I did. And I've just added a round doily, a beautiful gold one, and a fabulous die cut that has a little bit of glitter on it. And inside here is another journaling card, but that's a big one. You can easily add more. Then I had this scrap of coffee dyed paper that was a square, and I decided to put it in on the angle and add a triangle page just for something different. Then this one here, we had to use a roll of paper to create a page. I used greaseproof paper because every bit of rolled paper I had in the house was just not appropriate for this journal. So greaseproof paper with paint. I cut some little squares out and sort of put those down to look a little bit like tiles, and some gorgeous fabric there. And then I did stick down a piece of coffee dyed lined paper to give this page a little bit of substance, because it is quite flimsy, and if just left in there like that, it may very easily tear. So tried to add a bit of substance. We then had to do a page with things round. And so I just cut out a giant circle, folded it up and created a pocket on the inside here, big journaling card, and added a few circles to the front for embellishment. Here's some nice lined page with just a cute little lamp up in the corner and this gorgeous heart trim that's been attached. Great place to do some writing. I fussy cut this bird out. Honestly, it's a scrapbook page that I got that I would never use in a pink fit, but it did cut out perfectly and it fitted so nicely. You'll see the rest of it on the other side soon. Here's a piece of red paper that's been coffee dyed, and I created a large pocket and a very cute tag with some birds. I thought they matched the theme and loved the colours of that. Left that blank. Piece of music paper. Now, that pink pocket, the pink page that I made from the envelope that I had pulled apart, also turned it into a double pocket, and did a little bit of texture pasting and a little bit of blue paint sprayed on it. And this is the sticker. This is the matching one for the sticker sheet. This is a journaling card that I made. This has been decorated 100% with stickers, other than the tab at the top. But the entire journaling card was made with stickers, and backed it on this stunning fabric that has rose gold foil, and put a little journaling spot down there at the bottom of it, and then just a cute little butterfly journaling card to go with it. And here I have a colourful journaling card. I love the colours of that. And here's a bird bookmark. And then I used the masterboard to make a little notepad for that side. There is a cute little charm here of a dragonfly with some little beads. A pretty little pocket with a butterfly. Thought the greens were a great match, and then just made another little journaling card with a butterfly to go in this one, except this one is an actual pocket, so have to make sure I don't try and force it down the other side. Made a tuck spot with my ugly paper. This was a scrap that was left, and I have added a cute little dragonfly and a little stamped butterfly, and then I also stamped on a piece of coffee dyed fabric and created that flower, and then a lovely giant journaling card sitting in there. Little dream catcher, and here's the rest of the bird. And then I had to make an embellishment with the round side of things, so I bent it in half, created a hidden paper clip with a cute feather on that side and a moth on that side. And here again, plenty of space to add your own goodies or to do some journaling on. And this is the other side of the round page. This is an envelope that I've made with the same piece of paper. It's the mental blank. You know what it is. I told you about it on the other side. Oh, I'm having a complete mental blank here. Again, I've got the paper the whole way round so that it's a little bit sturdier. But this greaseproof paper, that's it. This one here, lots and lots of layers of spray ink has gone on to that to create these amazing colours, and then a few cute little bits of embellishment. And because I loved the whole piece of this paper, I didn't want to glue it down and lose the whole look, so I decided we're just going to clip it in. Why not? There we go. Again, little sari silk clip to hold that in. Little journaling card on that side, again made with the masterboard. And if you have a look, I've used literally lots of little scraps. You know, all these little torn off pieces? I use those a lot on masterboards, and they just create extra contrast and great way to use them up. It's the other side of the triangle with a few more triangles added just for something different. Then another beautiful piece of gold embossed fabric, cute little journaling tag with this gorgeous little heart embroidery hoop on it. Little scrap of bright fabric. This is the back of that ugly paper. And then finally, this is my last belly band and a giant journaling card tucked in there. And this was my torn book page one, I think. Honestly, I ended up making so many embellishments for this, it wasn't funny. And then I have left the back blank so that whoever ends up with this journal has some spaces to make it their own. So there we go. She is enormous, but what I do love is I judged it very well. When you hold it closed and tie it up, it still goes in slightly rather than with all that stuff in it being a giant gator mouth. I took a stab in the dark really, but I thought about how many pages I could fit into it and then still embellish them, but have it finish as still not exploding. So that means there's still room to add your own goodies to this, and it may eventually end up a gator mouth, but it's not there yet. So very happy with how it turned out. I've got a few pretty little shell dangles down here. I will leave the other threads attached so that if you love charms and want to add more, you're more than welcome to. This journal is now available for sale in my shop. I'll put a link to the page if you are interested at all. And there is also a little bag of goodies, little extras to go with this, but I am not going to say what they are because I think when you purchase the journal, it's lovely to get some surprises. So yes, there will be a bag of goodies that go out with it as well. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions about how or what or where or why, please leave them down in the comments below. I'm happy to answer them for you. So until next time, stay safe and stay healthy. Bye for now.